Nathan, every time I come here, it is just so exciting to see our country quite literally in miniature. And this newest edition is really, really unique because it's going to have a bit of a chill to the air on purpose. We are in Little North. We're including the northern portion of our country. I'm going to bring in Mark to tell me a little bit more about it. You're with the Little Canada team. It opens officially to the public on Friday, so we're getting a sneak peek. But what went into this edition? Because I know it's a really important part of our country and our country's story, but we're standing inside of what is going to be Little North.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're just excited to have kind of Canada represented from coast to coast to coast, capturing that northern side of the country. It's a third of Canada's landmass, so we wanted to make sure that, we're able to represent it, and we have, all three territories represented between Nunavut, Northwest Territories, and Yukon. So we're super excited to have this as an addition to our Little Canada.
There's some really iconic scenes in here, but I want to touch on the kind of cultural connection because we do have some really great representation in this display that people are going to get to come and enjoy. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, there's a lot of Indigenous people are living up in, the Northern Territory. So a big part of this display is, having that representation in. So, an example of that is in Tuktoyaktuk, we have the Northern Games shown, showing kind of some of the more traditional Indigenous games and things like that. So it's just been a great, way to be able to tell some of those stories.
And it is so cool to see it being made. There's still parts of it going in as we speak. How much time and effort and planning went into also, there's a little bit of a fun twist with the North Pole.
Yeah, it takes about a year stages all the way to completion. So it's a lot of work, from a lot of different people, tens of thousands of hours that we put into this, and research and building and all that. And, we want to, like you said, we have parts of real the North represented, but we have our little North Pole display as well. We're claiming Santa as our own. Santa's a Canadian, if you didn't know.
Exactly. And another really fun fact is this room is going to be cold, but for a reason. Can you explain that connection?
Yeah, absolutely. We just wanted you to come into the room, feel that chill of being in the North. So we're actually temperature controlling the room to about 17 degrees or so. Just give you a little chill when you walk in. And our day-night cycle, we usually have a bit more day than night in our displays, but here we've actually flipped that to show, the northern lights that you're seeing here as well. So, kind of captures that kind of polar winter that they have there and the long nights. So we wanted to make sure we represented that.
Well, a trip to the North is obviously on a lot of people's list, but if you can't make it there right away, you can come to Little Canada. It officially opens on Friday. Mark, thank you so much. I'm going to keep touring around because it only gets cooler the more details that I look at. I'm going to send things back inside to the studio.
All right. Oh, how cool. See ya. Thanks.